If you come into Rio Dulce, this is how you will be arriving to your hotel.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run.
We made it to a hotel here. We're literally in the middle of the mangrove, so pretty nice place. I'm not sure about the room, probably pretty simple, let's be honest. But so far, environment great. Do you think you can rope jump from here?
There are the things I want to know. Secrets.
Nice place to sit here. And behind, hello, Misha.
But if you don't wanna tell,
One of the main activities you can do here is kayaking. So probably today we'll take one of these and try to explore a tiny bit. Try to see if we can spot any wild animals here. Room is ready. Let's see what you get in the middle of the jungle here in Guatemala. Okay, so let me show you the room. It's very simple, but it's pretty cozy. It's all wood and it's all open as well, if you see. We're one double bed, so like a dorm for 2 more people. Not that we have anyone more staying with us. And then here it's all open, but it's protected so mosquitoes don't come in. You have the view of the jungle. Very nice. And interestingly, if you stay in this hostel, also have like a dorm upstairs. That's pretty nice. It's all open, so you can see the jungle from your bed. But yeah, it's quite interesting concept, but very nice. And you have the mosquito nets everywhere. So yeah, if you come here, you can also have a cheaper option than the private rooms. Let's go explore this lake and all the small rivers around it. It's very cool. The mangroves around this area are just beautiful. So it's a perfect afternoon activity. See the sun set there in the distance, still a couple of hours away. But look at that, it's gorgeous. We just spotted something very cool. It's an abandoned boat over there. Let's go and investigate. The wrecked Royal Reward. That's a very cool boat, and it's pretty much abandoned. It's very cool. But beware of the wild river dog. It's Perro Bravo. Beware of dog. Danger. Mid-turn, we don't want to be dealing with angry dogs in a swamp. Look at that boat. Who could be a Guatemalan businessman? So this lake is of huge importance to Guatemala because it's the one that connects all the Guatemalan highlands, all the Lake Atitlan and Chichicastenango, all that part of we were a couple of videos ago, with the Caribbean beach. And that's why the Spanish protected it with a fort. They were not stupid, we are still not, but that was the reason why. There's a fort that the Spanish built here in the 17th century to protect this enclave, this lake, from all the pirates and all the people who wanted to conquer this land. Look at that, the Spanish fort to protect this lake from the pirates of the Caribbean. Jack Sparrow, be careful. Huge waves coming in our direction. Let's see how we make it to come back to the hotel all in one piece. That is massive for a small kayak like ours. Because this lake and Rio Dulce are quite protected from the environment in the Caribbean Sea, when it's the hurricane season, people keep their boats inside to protect them from the elements. And that's why you see as well a lot of boats in here that are just safekeeping in a way, and a lot of speedboats. Those are just flying around. My hair is crazy, by the way. That was a very relaxing day and very fun activity, actually, much better than I expected. And tomorrow we are going to the other side of the lake, so we are entering Rio Dulce, and that is when actually this place is popular for, not just the lake, but especially the river that leads to the Caribbean Sea of Guatemala. So yeah, I think we'll have a relaxing evening, maybe a beer or two, and then just prepare for tomorrow, because it's gonna be intense. Should I jump in this? Look at that sausage. It's gorgeous. Look at those eyes. It's absolutely beautiful. He's a good cat. Yep, don't bite me. Lazy cat. I love you, lazy cat. Good morning. We are waiting for our breakfast and waiting for the boat that will bring us to explore Rio Dulce itself. So the sweet river that connects this lake that we were exploring yesterday with the Caribbean Sea, and that will reach to Livingstone, which is an interesting town in itself. We'll talk about a bit more about it later. Decided to go for some crepes and a bit of fruit, coffee, and look who's here. Meow. Yep. Best company ever. Look at that. We are best friends now. I wonder what he's looking for. Yep. The boat is ready. Let's go. This is the same fort we were yesterday in. And this is Izabal Lake, the largest lake in Guatemala. This is so like a bird sanctuary. There's no predators here, there's birds just thriving here. They even sell you here things when you're on a boat. That is very, very cool. That's been very, very cool. We've been on the move for about 2 hours now, and we just took a small toilet break, but the guy is taking the time to show us around. We went first to the castle that we saw yesterday, but then as all of this is a protected area, it's massive, so plants thrive and birds thrive and everything is like very lush in here. We also stopped in a bird sanctuary and we saw some lilies. There were different colors, violet, yellow and white, so that was pretty cool. And now we still haven't seen all the cliffs that make this Rio Dulce so special, and I can't wait to do that. So yeah, but so far, great experience. You have to do that if you come here to Rio Dulce. And there's something here. This USAID sign that is posed in the middle of the river. I don't think that's gonna last long, unfortunately. I wonder how these places will survive without all the help that comes from especially US, but I think UK and other places have also cut a bit the investment in humanitarian aid. That's not great news for these places, I can tell you. That was fantastic. The moment the river opens up and you can see the sea, all the vegetation changes and all the animals and birds change. You start seeing a lot more pelicans and seagulls and stuff. And what you can see as well is a lot of shipwrecks and abandoned boats. I wonder why that is. Maybe hurricanes, who knows. But yeah, we arrived into Livingstone. This town is quite special and quite unique. I'll talk a bit about that later. But let's see how this town is. Ooh, it's crazy. It's rickshaw. Melon boat. Livingstone is home to a Garifuna people, descendants of African slaves that mixed with the Caribbean population. Is a very noisy town. That mixed with the rickshaw. That mixed with the local population, and it created this very unique enclave in Guatemala where people look different, food is different, and the vibe is different. And even more interesting, the Garifuna people that live here in Livingstone, they also have their own language. It's UNESCO recognized, so it's a proper language, it's widely spoken, and it's a mix of Spanish, English, French, and God knows how many other languages. But it is one of the only places where this Garifuna language is still widely spoken. Cervezas Gallo is sponsoring the beach here. Wow, look at that, the Caribbean coast of Guatemala. We've made it. The main dish in this town is called tapado. It's a seafood coconut stew that is only prepared in this part of Guatemala. And our idea today is to find a place that sells it, that prepares it the local way, and ideally not too expensive. Tapado is here and it's absolutely massive. There is a whole fish, some shrimps, snails somewhere here, and crab as well. Oh, look at that. It looks amazing. The flavor is a lot milder than I expected. It doesn't have a huge depth. It's pretty much tastes a lot like coconut, but it's good. It's very good. It's pretty unique. If you come here, it's quite different to the rest of the food we've seen in Guatemala. So why not try it? It's a bit more expensive than normal food, but for about 15 euros or so you get this massive plate, so give yourself a good treat. Maybe ordering a hot soup on a 33-degree day in the middle of the Caribbean with 100% humidity was not the wisest of decisions, but still it's pretty good. And one thing you need to know is that all that fish and all that seafood is mostly there for flavor. It's not that much for eating it itself. You can only eat the shrimps. The rest of it is just for flavor, really. Guess who's eating the reminders of the soup? Ooh, I ate half a marine ecosystem, but it was good. It reminded me a bit of tom yum soup, except it didn't have all that sourness that tom yum has. Livingstone bus stop. The town of Livingstone itself is not particularly interesting, to be honest. There's not much to see. There's a couple of beaches, but they don't look great, in our opinion. I think you can go further down and it's probably a bit better. Livingstone exploration completed. Let's jump back into the boat and go back to the hotel.